This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
Good evening, everyone. Tasmania's larger businesses suffering volatility in the energy market have today been provided some relief. The state government announcing a $20 million rebate package offering some of the lowest power prices in the nation.
For larger Tasmanian businesses, dealing with a volatile national electricity price is costly.
There have been dramatic increases in energy for those users. They've been facing up to 150% increases.
Unlike households and small businesses, larger companies are unregulated and contracted, at risk to skyrocketing wholesale prices.
They're businesses like agriculture and aquaculture businesses, but also areas like even dry cleaners that are medium users.
So as some of these businesses are coming out of their contracts, they're exposed to the higher prices.
A new $20 million rebate retrospective to January this year provides an additional 15% reduction following a 20% price discount through Hydro Tasmania.
This will deliver wholesale prices to Tasmanian businesses of around $85 per megawatt hour. That's roughly in line with the regulated price.
Just before an election, we're hearing about a subsidy to bring down prices for business. We need a proper renewable energy security plan for Tasmania that delivers 100% renewable energy and self-sufficiency.
Whether Tasmania should be connected to the national electricity market also being questioned by the business sector.
We think that there's an opportunity for the state to maximise the benefit by selling at a very high price, but not being tied to the purchasing price, because that's really hamstringing Tasmanian businesses.
And that's why we're undertaking a review of the wholesale instrument at the moment.
Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
Well, draft legislation to phase out suspended sentences in Tasmania will be among the topics to be debated in Parliament when it resumes this week. Both opposition parties have voiced concerns with the reforms, which have been criticised by the legal fraternity. It's amid fears it will lead to an overpopulated prison system.
The government clearly has no strategy for how it will manage a larger amount of people being imprisoned with the removal of suspended sentences. That is a very real problem.
If you abolish suspended sentences, the evidence tells us there'll be more people going to jail. Those people will be criminalised, and ultimately you make our community less safe because you increase the chances of recidivism.
The community is saying that they don't believe that suspended sentencing is an appropriate option for those types of offences. Well, we agree, and we think that it's appropriate that the government respond to those concerns.
The controversial Taswater legislation will also be tabled this week to be debated in the upper house. A Tasmanian grandmother has celebrated her 100th birthday in style, today making a daredevil entrance on the back of a motorcycle.
Age is no barrier for Nance Lees, cruising into her 100th birthday on the back of this motorcycle. It's not surprising for those who know her. Growing up on a farm, the South Farm-born risk-taker is also a weapon with a firearm.
You were the best in Tassie, weren't you? I was.
She and Dad both qualified for the 1956 Olympic eliminations in small ball.
She's not a stranger to hard work either, remembering the days of packing apples on the family property at Cremorne.
All the work that went into it.
She worked in the orchards and that sort of thing, and they packed the apples in tissue paper individually, not like today.
Now with 5 grandsons and 8 great-grandchildren, Nance says there's no secret when it comes to living a long life.
I don't know, I just live.
Jacqueline Robson, Southern Cross News.
Happy birthday. Well, swimming almost 300 kilometres in just 24 hours may sound like an impossible feat, but that's exactly what 59 Tasmanians completed this weekend to help those living with multiple sclerosis.
Diving in to complete a mighty task. These 59 Tasmanians taking on the MS 24-hour mega swim. The non-stop relay that began at the Launceston Aquatic Centre at midday yesterday involved 4 teams. Each had to have at least one person in the pool at all times.
It doesn't matter if they're floating, walking, standing, as long as someone is in the pool for the duration of the 24 hours, they're in it to win it.
It wasn't very much fun at 3 o'clock this morning, but we got there.
For many participants, motivation was close to their hearts.
My wife has MS, so we've got the team together to support this cause and raise a bit of money to help them out.
And even at the final buzzer, some kept on pushing. Launceston dentist Errol Kilov was the event's highest individual fundraiser, raising more than $4,000, while 12-year-old Charlotte Pillsbury-Milne won the Youth Fundraising Award.
My nan's had MS for 25 years, so it's been like in my family, so I just wanted to help out.
All up, the team swam 278 kilometres and raised $16,000. Those funds will now go towards MS Go for Gold scholarships to help those diagnosed with the disease live out a dream.
We'd like to see a cure, but I don't think that's ever going to happen in the short term. But the treatments for people being diagnosed now are a lot better than back in the 1970s, where it was just, you just had it and that was it.
So it will be back in the pool for most again next year.
We plan to be back bigger and better.
But for now, it's time to
sleep and have a shower and just even more sleep because I'm so tired.
Monica Dadson at Southern Cross News.
After years of watching the mysterious and spooky Addams family on television, the kooky clan is about to arrive at Launceston's Princess Theatre. Stage Right Youth Theatre are putting the finishing touches on its The Addams Family production today. The musical features more than 80 5 to 18-year-olds who play the quirky characters.
The lovely thing about the production of The Addams Family is that these students have come to appreciate what it is that past generations really loved about the episodes and the movie.
It's just so different to any show that I've been in or that we've done before, so it's really quirky and fun.
The Addams Family opens on Tuesday for 3 nights. Tickets are available at the Princess Theatre box office.
Back home, and Jeremy Webberley says his side embarrassed the jumper during yesterday's loss to North Launceston. With their intensity dropping off over the past 6 weeks, the early season flag favourites now have some serious soul-searching to do if they're to get themselves back into contention.
Completely outclassed in the 69-point loss, the Roos coach didn't mince his words post-match.
Yeah, really disappointed, fuming actually, to tell you the honest truth. So, we really embarrassed our jumper, I thought, today at times with our attitude, our want for the contest, and then our discipline, I thought was, extremely poor and something we're not proud of.
Webberley says he'll be reviewing the tape closely and dropping several players if need be before the sides clash with informed Lauderdale following next weekend's bye.
You're not wanting to, tackle, chase, pressure, defend, then you won't be playing in our team. I thought they didn't handle the pressure at all, and they didn't handle the physicality of the game. I think we've lost a little bit of hunger and want for the contest, to tell you the honest truth.
To soccer, and it was a deadlock at Warrior Park this afternoon between Olympia and the Northern Rangers. The Warriors drew first blood just before half-time, before Harry Thanhauser levelled things up when play resumed, with 1-1 the final result. And in basketball, the Northwest Thunder have shored up 4th spot on the conference ladder with an 11-point win over Dandenong. The Chargers are on track for a home final after a narrow 5-point win over Frankston. The women's side are also looking the goods approaching finals, getting up by 13 points over the Blues, while the Tawns' hopes of a home final were shattered in Dandenong, going down to the Rangers by 28 points.
Tasmanian Samuel Walker has ended his World Junior Para-Athletics Championship campaign in spectacular fashion, with the 14-year-old breaking his own Australian under-16 T38 100 metres record in a blistering time of 12.19 seconds. The youngest competitor in the under-18 event, Sam was awarded the bronze medal on points. Earlier in the meet, Walker claimed a silver medal in the long jump.
Good evening. A cloudy day across the state today with showers mainly about the west and north. Hobart reached 15, 12 for Launceston, Burnie and Devonport. 16 the state's high today at Bushy Park and Friendly Beaches, 15 at Grove, Maria Island and Flinders Island both 13, Wynyard 12 degrees, 11 for King Island, Strawn, St Helens and Lowhead, and 4 at Lyowini. Low-level cloud covered most of the state today. There is also low-level cloud over Victoria and New South Wales, bringing large snowfalls to the higher mountains there. On the close-up, we can see low-level cloud moving over the state from the northwest and thunderstorms embedded in some of those cloud bands off the west coast and Bass Strait. Tomorrow, a trough extends through Bass Strait and a cold front runs from the low seen there to the southeast into New South Wales. A high over central Australia extends a ridge over most of the country. To coastal waters now, south to southwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots, reaching up to 30 knots offshore in the southeast, 1 to 1.5 metre seas. A strong wind warning is current for all southeastern coastal waters from Wineglass Bay to Southeast Cape, and a road weather alert is current for icy roads in the central north, central plateau, the Midlands, East Coast and Upper Derwent Valley districts. Tomorrow, 12 degrees for Hobart and Dover, still some showers about. Ooze 11, a late shower or two. Morning fog for Launceston 13, Devonport 13, Scottsdale a morning shower or two 12. Burnie and Stanley both 13, an early shower or two. Strawn 12 with a possible late shower. St Helens and Swansea 13, Ross some morning fog and 12 degrees. To Tuesday now, and showers about the west, south and Bank Strait Islands. Early frost and fine elsewhere, apart from patchy morning fog. Wednesday, morning showers about the west and far south, fine otherwise apart from patchy morning fog and early frost. Thursday, fine apart from showers about the west and far south. To the rest of the country now, and a mostly sunny day for Sydney, Brisbane and Darwin, showers for Perth, Adelaide, Canberra and Melbourne, and a light early frost for Alice Springs. Currently it's clear in Hobart with 10 degrees, 8 in Launceston partly cloudy, 7 for Devonport and cloudy. And that's all for today's weather. Rach, back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you for that, Carmen. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great week. Good night.